What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Paige of the Page, and today we're going to be talking through all the readathons happening in March. Hello my darlings, welcome to this video. Today we're going to be talking through the readathons that have been announced that are happening in the month of March. If you're new here, every month I put out a video talking through the readathons that I found at the time of filming that are occurring in the month upcoming. And so today I have 25 readathons I want to talk about that are happening in March. So before we dive into the readathons, just my usual disclaimers. First, I create a spreadsheet which is linked down below that has links to all of the readathons, when they're happening, the creator that has been tagged, and the info spiel that I read out throughout this video. I also link all of that information in the description box below, and I have created a readathon playlist for those that are happening on YouTube. The second disclaimer is I will mention who I found this readathon through. Usually it is a co-host, but if there is a overall creator, they are mentioned in their announcement videos, so go check out the announcement videos to make sure that everyone is aware of who has created what. But mostly I'm just doing this from wherever I found it. Third disclaimer is these are mostly predominantly happening on YouTube and or Discord, so if there has been a mention that you need a Discord to participate, I will let you know, and these are ones that have announcement videos up on YouTube that I was able to find at the time of filming, which is 6:22 on Monday the 26th of February AEDT. This video is going up 6 AM tomorrow, so I've got 12 hours and any additional readathons that I find will go into the YouTube playlist but not onto the spreadsheet or in the description box. So quite a few get announced on the first of the month, so that's when I will just go and tack them in if I see them stumble across my feed. And for these videos we start with the shortest duration and go through to the month-long ones and longer in this case. So we just talk through each of the readathons. I will also leave linked below the Google form that I've created so you can enter in any readathons that you know of and or are creating in upcoming months. It is the same link, and I just remove the previous months once I've inputted the data. And thank you everyone who is already utilizing it. It makes my life just a little bit easier being able to have a reference point and your own words for what your readathon is. So I really truly do appreciate it. So with that, let's dive into the readathons. Firstly, I have two 3-day readathons. The first running from the 14th to the 17th, and that is the Romance Takeover Readathon, which is created by the Book Refuge. The goal is basically to read as much as you can, celebrating the Book Refuge's birthday. There is a 3x3 and a 4x4 bingo board, but you can just use the list of prompts to make your own any way that you would like, and you can also double up as much as you want. The prompts are a lot of fun and focused on having a good time. Then from the 21st to the 24th, there's the Bosom Books Readathon, which I found on Seasons Readings. There are 3 reading prompts based off Bose and Coquette. We can tell I'm new to this area of the world. You can stack the prompts in any way that you want because it is such a short time period. There are also photo prompts and an activity to have a tea party, as well as reading sprints happening throughout. So it looks like a lot of fun and very joyous and celebrating that traditionally feminine style. Then we have 4 week-long readathons, the first running from the 8th to the 15th, and that is the Backlist Readathon, which I found on Jacqueline's channel. There are 5 prompts and a bonus prompt, and they're super flexible if you don't want to do the prompts or stretch them however you need to. The goal is just to read backlist books, and for this the backlist is considered anything published prior to 2024, but you can set your own date. If you want your backlist to be more than 2020, feel free to do whatever suits for your reading. You can double up, and the prompts are a very fun way to pick up your backlist books. Running from the 17th to the 23rd, we have the Week of Weird, which I found on Fiber Artsy's channel. This is to read any kind of weird, and that works. There are prompts if needed, which can be doubled, tripled up, and you can read novels or short stories as long as they're weird. So it is a very interesting concept for me, and seeing what everyone ends up reading. Then from the 18th to the 24th, we have the final book support group round 11, which is created by Steph Labs, and the focus is always just to finish final books. There is a bingo board with both bookish and self-care activities. You've got continuation station, reading your final books, whatever you'd like to do, as long as it's making that progress in those series. And then running from the 20th to the 26th, we have Witchathon of Stara, and I found this on Yarn Reader's channel. There are 6 prompts, both reading and self-care prompts, and these are based around various forces, deities, and outdoorsiness of this time, and it seems very sweet. Then we have one 2-week readathon running from the 11th to the 24th, and that is Galaxyathon, which is created by Macy from The Brightside Girl, and this is 2 weeks themed around reading books set in space, about space, or aliens. They really want this to be an approachable readathon, so it doesn't have to be sci-fi based, and there are reading and photo challenges which you don't have to do but are very fun, and a giveaway to US participants for the Instagram photo challenges. On to the month-longs. So the first is Marvelathon, and this is created by Lisa Does Life. There are 2 teams, and the teams are mandatory to participate. This year it is villains versus heroes. You do need a Discord to participate, but there is also the full tracker available on Twitter. You can use the general prompts as many times as you like. There are max 3 general prompts per book though, and you can only use the team prompt once. Bonus prompts you can use as many times as you like, and this is always a good fun time. Everyone is very into the spirit of the competitive readathon, and it is a whole lot of fun watching the mischief that everyone gets up to. Then we have Phase Out Your TBR, which is created by Chris Corner, and this is a readathon based off Chris's TBR game of Phase 10 Chooses Your TBR, where you basically try and complete a phase using the prompts that Chris has created, and Chris has created a board for each card in the deck. This time we're working through our Phase 3, and the idea is to work through a TBR that you'd like to phase out. And watching this with each rendition has been really fun. Then we have the Roll of Reads Readathon, created by a book being named Mel, and I absolutely adore this readathon. This is celebrating Mel's birthday and OG TBR game. This is inspired by D&D. You have a 5x4 grid of prompts which Mel has created. You roll a d20 to see which prompt has been selected. There are rewards and punishments, say rolling a 20 which is a critical hit, or a 1 which is a critical failure, and Mel and the co-hosts, including myself, have provided favorites that you can swap out for 1 prompt throughout the game, but there are also prompts in it to be able to get our favorites as well. And there is also a giveaway and a Discord, but the Discord's not mandatory, but it's a good time seeing everyone's TBRs in there, and can't wait to chat throughout the month on there as well. Then we have the Spring Into Reading-a-thon, which is created by Completely Melanie, and this is a bingo board with spring themed prompts, and to participate you just need to get 1 bingo. They have amazing co-hosts this round, a group book and a discussion with the author, and then an after hours live show. You can double up as much as you need to, and there are self-care prompts sprinkled throughout the bingo board as well. Then we have the Irish Readathon, which I found on Leanne Rose's channel, and this is a reading challenge / initiative each March to read Irish books. Ideally reading more Irish books than you usually do, but even if you only read 1, you have participated. You can show support through sharing Irish books on your socials or just chatting in the community about Irish books. And there are prompts and challenges if you do want a little bit of an extra challenge or guidance. Then we have Realmathon, which is created by Covers with Cassidy, and this is a competitive team-based readathon. There are 4 teams going to head through reading books to gain points for your team, and you can also take it away from others. Team with the most points win. The theme for this is an academy, and there are bonus points for 3 different selections based on which team you pledge to. The realms are very creative, and like I said, you do need to pledge to one of the realms, and then throughout the month as you read you need to decide whether the prompts are going to be positive or negative for that book. One book can be multiple positive prompts or multiple negative prompts, but they can't be a mixture of both positive and negative. And they also have a Discord available to get into that competitive spirit. Then we have Fierce Reads, which I found on Shelley Swearingen's channel, and this is a celebration of literature and women's voices, formulated and supporting around International Women's Day and the fierce female voices that are in our society. There is a group read as well, and it just looks like a fabulous time reading very strong female characters and from strong female authors as well. Then we have March Mystery Madness, which I found on the Beach Bum Bookworms channel. Basically, read a mystery and you've participated. But the theme is to the nines, which their outfit is absolutely on point for their announcement video. And there are prompts available, all based around 9. in a bingo board style, but you use them however you need to. There is also a prompt in honor of Janelle from Too Fond of Books, and it's just a really lovely community reading mysteries in March. Then we have her Storyathon, which I found on Literally Smitten's channel. To participate, you need to read about women who have lived or are living today in honor of Women's History Month. You can participate however you'd like, as long as the focus is on real world women, even if it is a fictional take. And the prompts are amazing at looking at a variety of strong women, so I feel like there are a lot of availabilities to double up on readathons, and you don't have to use the bingo board or the prompts as long as you read about these real world women, but again, they are amazing and very different from what I've seen before. Then we have Murder Mystery March, which is created by Rye Reads, and Discord is necessary to participate in this, as well as the Google form to sign up. It is based off the show The Traitors, but you don't have to have seen or know anything about it. Basically, there have been or will be selected 3 traitors in the Discord mix, and each week you're reading books to reveal clues about who the traitors might be. And there is a select prompt list to be reading from. You have 3 guesses each week, and if the traitor isn't guessed by the end of the month, then the traitors win. But if you manage to expose them all, then the rest of the group wins. Then we have The Sims Readathon Round 3, which I found on Ashley Reads' channel, and this is based off The Sims 3. Teams are based off the Captain's Fave NPC, which I absolutely adored, especially the Grim Reaper, but it will be random assignments of teams. So you do need to sign up via a Google form as well. There are 8 prompts, 7 general prompts and 1 team prompt, and each is 1 point per prompt. You need to get 1 bingo to win, and doubling up and DNFing is available. There are also alternative prompts, so it is a very open catering readathon. Then we have Great Goldathon, which is created by Bookish Buddies, and this is the 12 Labours of Heracles themed. 3 teams are based off the big 3, and each team has a perk and 6 labors assigned to them. You do need to sign up via the Google form as well, and bonus points are available. The catch for this one is no doubling up allowed. The prompts are each of the 12 labors, and Esme has done amazing at their selection. Then we have Library of Dragons Readathon, a side quest which is created by Books to Ashes. Now, being a side quest, you do have to have completed chapter 1, which happened in November of 2023. So if you finish that, then you can start this, and you can start this at any time. It's just kicking off in March, as it is completely optional, but mostly used to bond with your dragon and to gain trust, which gives you points and additional perks throughout the main chapters. It's such an immersive and creative readathon. It's got so many layers to it, and it's absolutely fabulous. The final sections for the character sheets are now available for future rounds as well, and the main section for the side quest is choosing from 3 maps for which climate you're from. You can look at the prompts and decide based off what ones you like, what climate you're going to be, or if you already have an idea of the climate that you want to exist in, and going for that and reading the corresponding prompts. It's up to you. Or you can mood read it and then see what you pick up first. The prompts are both a mixture of activities and reading prompts as well. Ash's video is so detailed about how it all works and comes together, so if this is your first time hearing about it, please go check it out because they make everything just super clear. Then we have the Changing of the Seasons March Delights, which is created by My Cozy Chronicles, and the prompts are to celebrate March and the transition to spring. It is really wholesome and beautiful, the prompts themselves, and it really is about taking a moment to appreciate the changes occurring and finding new favorites in this transitional stage. It is just one of the sweetest readathons I've seen. Then we have MM March, which I found on It's Hope Books. This readathon is all about reading male books, and it is a bingo board styled readathon. You can double up as much as needed. Even if you don't get a bingo, even if you only read 1 male, you've participated, but the bingo board is just there to make it a bit more fun. Then we have March of the Mammoths, and I found this on Old Blues Chapter and Verse. This is a reading event to read mammoth-sized books, which is 800+ pages. These can be either non-fiction or fiction, and the goal is just to get a start in a mammoth to help that daunting feeling in a community environment. You don't need to finish it in March. It's just an incentive to make at least some strong headway into it, because they can be so daunting, and having a community around it makes it less daunting and more palatable, especially if you're like me and turn and flee the other way if it's anything over 500 pages. And then our last one for the month-longs is Middle Grade March, which is on the middle grade March's channel, and if you read one middle grade, you have completed the readathon. But there is a group book and prompts to give you extra guidance. The middle grade book is a book originally written for the ages of 8 to 14, but obviously anyone can read them. And there is also a merch and live shows occurring throughout the month. So it is such a wonderful time. The community is so rampant for it and so glorious, seeing so much love go into middle grade books at this time. Then finally, we have a 2-month long one, which is running from March and April, and that is There's No Place Like Rome, and I found this on Faith and Books' channel. So this is reading about Rome, where the predominant time period is 753 BC to 476 AD. There is no group read to be able to make it flexible, and you can read anything about Roman influence, non-fiction, history, or fictional takes, or set in the time period. The goal is just to have fun, hopefully overlap with some of the other reading challenges happening throughout March and April, and there is also a live stream towards the end of April to talk about Roman trivia. So it looks like a grand time just celebrating Roman history and the different literature that we have on it. Those are all the readathons that I have found. Please, please, please check the description box, go to the playlist, save it, and you will see as it updates throughout the month, so you can continue to get the readathon information as they come out, because I find that it definitely is the first of the month that there is a few more that just sneak on in there. Also, if you just search readathon announcement and then filter by upload date, there you go. Everything linked in the description box. There is always so much there in these videos, as well as the form. So if you do have any upcoming readathons, even if it's for December, feel free to put it in now. I will come back to it. It's all good. I'm just so excited to continue talking about all the different readathons that are happening. I love seeing March and just so many glorious readathons happening throughout. It is so much fun. And just seeing all of the chaos of people trying to participate in multiple and doubling up and trying to find middle grade historical mysteries. It's very entertaining. So let me know if you do have any other readathons that I have missed for March, and if you're participating in any yourself. If you do have any TBR videos, also feel free to let me know, because I love a good TBR video. And with that, we made it. If you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe. I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!